loud. Why not? All right, so back to this. Yes, so welcome to Full Moon in Cancer Ceremony and Study Group. If you are interested, you can sign up to receive my Hypnobirth for Sovereign Birth PDFs. It's like a script that you can use. So if there are any pregnant women here, just pop your email in the chat and I'll forward those to you. Okay, that's not how you move to the next slide. That is. Okay. So I'm Rain, your facilitator for today, and I'm so happy you're here. It's the first full moon of 2023. So I hope you will come back and continue to work with the moon throughout the year. So we'll have around 24 new and full moons to experience throughout the year. So the next one is going to be at the end of January. So you're welcome to come to that if you feel called. I know I gave you a little bit of homework, so I hope that everyone's managed to get that done. If you haven't, not a problem. Like there will be some stuff that you can still engage with without having done it. That's just my social media details should you want to get in touch. I am moving back to England soon, so this is my UK number now here available. And I am a birth activist, a doula, and what else? A placenta encapsulation specialist. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know, get in touch. Okay, cool, let's start. So how's everyone feeling? Do you feel the full moon? Are you feeling the energies?
I do. I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah, I've been feeling quite fatigued. I've had a nap this afternoon, which I never nap. I usually can't fall asleep unless it's nighttime and it's time to go to bed, but I just was like, oh, I need to lie down. Had about a 2-hour nap, so that was lovely.
Yeah, I had it's been pretty emotional, so it's very much in tune with what's going on in my life right now. But yeah, I felt definitely like just sadness and now I'm feeling.
Yeah, there's definitely the Cancer moon and the watery feeling sign. So yeah, that makes total sense. That tracks. Judy's actually a Cancer in her sun sign. I know that because she's my mother. So hopefully it hasn't been too like intense for her. So we'll crack on. So I kind of went for the astrology of not only the moon, but this month. So to start, there's going to be this feeling of like groundhog and like monotony and one note that we had throughout 2020 and 2021 and 2022. That's coming to an end now. So we spoke a bit about it in the new moon ceremony in like 2 weeks ago. So I won't go into depth here, but basically there were a couple of things going on, a Saturn-Pluto conjunct throughout those years that meant that it was all about top-down, decentralized authority telling us what to do. And now finally that Saturn-Pluto conjunct is breaking up, and it's also, trying to think what planet is. Saturn is moving signs from Aquarius into Pisces. So again, that's that kind of Groundhog Day of like, oh, we're just being told what to do, and restriction and contraction is ending. So that's good. Uranus also goes, sorry, Uranus, I always pronounce that horribly. Uranus goes direct. I'm just going to have to consult my notes here because I'm not sure exactly what that means. So yeah, it went retrograde in August of 2022. So you may remember that you had like a shift in August of 2022, and that may have been associated with like shedding of social conditioning. I know that for me, last year was quite a big one in with regards to like healthcare and the tyranny that I feel that medical systems possess. So I'm kind of learning the lessons of how to extract myself from like the mainstream psychiatry and mainstream physicians and take a more natural route. So that's how it showed up for me. So you might want to think about what happened for you in August and the lessons about shedding social conditioning that you might be facing. I actually couldn't remember, I couldn't find out what the moon conjunct Uranus meant, so we'll just ignore that one. There's a tight Venus-Pluto conjunction. So we're going to look at our natal charts later. So we might check out if anyone has any aspects at between 24 and 28 degrees of Capricorn, which is where this tight Venus-Pluto conjunction is happening. You might be particularly affected by that. So it's to do with art and a tendency for intensity, jealousy, possessiveness. So the kind of mythology around it is to do with Hades. So Hades took Persephone down to the middle of the earth and like basically said, you're not leaving here. And up on the surface of the earth, Persephone's mother was like absolutely devastated by this. And so that's what allegedly in myth caused winter, because she was so sad and upset about her daughter being gone. She created winter on earth, but then Hades agreed to let her go up to the surface for 6 months out of the year and come back down for 6 months of the year. So that's how we got our seasons. So it's about sort of jealousy and possessiveness and that energy of like taking someone away from you. And we also have, I did find out what moon conjunct Uranus means. It's just rebellion and revolution. So we will have, you might have seen like Iran and Netherlands are having like a lot of protests happening at the moment. So we'll probably see a lot more of that now that the moon is conjunct Uranus. And there's also a strong Martian energy. So Mars is very close to the earth at the moment, closer than usual. So this is the god of war. So again, with relation to protests and rebellion and revolution and resistance, we might see a lot of that. People wanting justice and wanting change and wanting human rights and civil rights. So from what I'm researching, I've been told that it's important to express that in the most positive way you can. So not to be too defensive and combative, but to just state in your power, like, I'm a sovereign being, so this is not going to run. You don't have to be too like aggressive or make it a fight. You just state, I'm a sovereign being. That's going to be a better way around that energy than to call into fights. Okay, how do I'm going to make this big again, because hopefully I won't need my notes for a while. And if anybody has anything to say about any of this, like if it's showing how it's showing up in your life, do just chime in whenever you want. So I then moved on to the actual specific astrology of today, the new moon, the full moon. So the full moon is at 16 degrees of Cancer. And fun fact, this is one of 7 full moons in a row consecutively that are all at 16 degrees of the sign. So if you're into your numerology, which I know Amu's kind of interested in, so there's seven consecutive ones, and at 16 degrees, so 16, if you were looking at it from a numerology perspective, you'd kind of add the 1 and the 6 to again make 7. And 7s are to do with like the scientist and the mystic. So that kind of dichotomy between science, rationality, materialism, and like the more mystical cosmic side of life, and those two kind of coming together or synthesizing. So I find that really interesting, because in my work it is a little bit of that, like birth is mystical, because how does it happen? You have sex, 9 months later you've created this entire like massively complex being that's, it's in a sense it's unknowable. And in a sense, the way that a baby is birthed is like unknowable and cosmic, but equally we do have ways to measure and to scan and to look at like the hormonal matrix associated with pregnancy and birth and babies growing. So yeah, I find that really interesting, the difference, and I'm erring towards the wisdom of the mystical side of it as opposed to all the sort of surveillance and monitoring and measuring of the scientific side of it. So I am into that. Mars goes direct. I think I mentioned that earlier. So Mars is the planet associated with energy and direction and action. So that's good, because when Mars is going retrograde, we might be feeling a little bit stuck. So now that it's going direct, projects and activities could hopefully get going a bit more. Eris is a smaller planet that we don't hear about too often, and that one is also going to be moving direct between the 6th, it's starting on the 6th of January and completed by the 11th. So again, similar to the other energy of protest and challenge and being feisty and getting out on the streets and protesting, it's that kind of energy when Eris moves direct. So I recently put a post on Instagram about the central bank digital currencies that the UK are trying to implement now. And I think hopefully the Eris moving direct energy will help us to challenge that, because I think it's a really bad idea. If governments and sort of like global corporations are in charge of your money, and, some part of the plan in England, at least, is for people to have what they call like 15-minute communities. So you wouldn't be permitted to, this is insane. Sorry, I'm laughing because you either laugh or cry, but basically what they hope for a city in the UK called Oxford is for people not to be permitted to leave their 15-minute radius. Yeah. And so if you want to, you'd have to seek permission and get a permit, or you'd have to exit Oxford, come around the outside of Oxford and re-enter at the point that you need to go. It's allegedly to combat like the climate crisis and to stop people using so much, creating so much emissions. But it's just insane, and they won't get away with it. So hopefully that Eris direct energy will be making that, allowing us to shut it down quicker and then not to really get it underway. What else have we got? Oh yeah, so this is what I would like us to look at if people have brought their natal charts, is that Jupiter is entering the early degrees of Aries. So Jupiter is the planet of like good luck, good fortune, good times, basically. So wherever that's entering your chart in the early degrees of Aries is maybe where you're going to see some development this year, and then it will move throughout the signs over the next 12 years. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see which area Aries or Jupiter in Aries is impacting for you today, and hopefully I'll be able to work that out, because I'm not a professional astrologer. We're all here to learn, so I hope that your natal charts will make some type of sense to some of us, or one of us. And then finally, the moon is conjunct the sun of the US of A. So each country has their own sort of like astrological chart that you can print, and the moon in returning to the sun of the USA is like going to herald a massive spiritual transformation for the US. And I mentioned that because obviously it's quite a powerful influential nation, so whatever happens in America often has like really significant ripple-on effects for the rest of the planet. So hopefully a spiritual transformation in the US will have positive effects for us all. There's going to be a lot of secrets revealed, and we've even seen recently, the whole JFK assassination. It's come out now that yes, he was assassinated. it was all covered up, and somebody who hadn't killed him was like, you know, framed for it or whatever. So yeah, it's really, really exciting times, crazy exciting times, scary times, but you know, you have to just roll with the punches. So yeah, if anyone has anything to say about that, that's all I have. There's so much going on that I, you know, I can't cover it all, but that's the bits that I found most interesting, really. Sorry, I feel like I've just spoken at you forever. Sorry about that. And somebody arrived and then they left again. I'm not sure who that was, but welcome and farewell. Oh, maybe it's LB. Maybe her, she said that she was looking after her daughter, so maybe she's had to go. All right, so Kathleen, did you manage to find your natal chart?
Pardon me?
Were you able to find your birth chart in preparation for today?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Do you want to have a look what you have there, if anything, in the early degrees of Aries? Because if you don't have anything, we can always look at something else, like if you have anything at 16 degrees of Cancer, where this moon is.
I can see right now because of the Zoom thing is taking all the place of my my ecran, my computer. My screen.
Okay.
My screen. Yeah.
Green, that's it. Are you a French speaker, or what's your native tongue?
Pardon me?
Are you a French speaker, or what's your native tongue?
I'm a French speaker.
Okay, fantastic. Excellent. Okay, so maybe Amu she's just entered again. Maybe Amu has hers available. Or do you have it on your phone? Could you look at the phone screen for one and the laptop screen for the other? Amu, if you have your birth chart, Amu, we're going to take a look now at where people have what people have in the early degrees of Aries. So Kathleen's just getting her chart up. I'm just going to check if LB's all right, because it looks like she got thrown out.
She said she couldn't stay.
She couldn't.
Yeah, she sent the chat when she left.
Oh, she said she couldn't what? Sorry, she couldn't stay.
She couldn't stay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's looking after her daughter. Oh yeah, there we go. She said. Yeah, it's really complicated, the birth charts, because I looked at mine today and I couldn't even work out what I have in the early degrees of Aries. I know because so the wheel is really confusing for me to look at, but I know from just like the chart, I'll show you what I mean. So you can either get this type of thing with the wheel, or you can get just basically tell me it in a table. So I've used the table primarily because, yeah, the astrological wheel just doesn't really work for me. But I would like to get to the point where, you know, I can just glance at the wheel and be like, oh, okay, yeah, you have this there, you have that there. But at this point, it's still just like frazzles my brain. So you can see from my chart that I have Aries in the 4th house. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 4th house at 10 degrees 56. So that would be considered the early degrees, just about. So each sign is divided into 30 degrees. So if we're talking about the early degrees, it would be 0 to 10. The middle degrees would be 10 to 20, and the final degrees would be 20 to 30. So yeah, Aries is in my 4th house. But we'll take a look at what Kathleen's is doing if she can find it. And I think, did I make it on here? Yes, I've put all the meanings here. So the fourth house is about home, belonging. It's to do with the father, where you belong, and the past. So I might find that I could have some healing around like my inner child wounding around my dad, because Jupiter is going to be there. Jupiter, this good times and fortune planet, is going to be there for me. Hopefully, let's hope. Hey, you got it, Kathleen, yeah?
Yes, I find it, but okay, there's much information. So what am I looking for?
Okay, so do you have it as the wheel, or do you have it as a like table, or both?
No, the table. No, not the
Oh,
wheel.
fantastic. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. So if you look on this page, I hope you can do you see my cursor?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fantastic. So if you look over here, you can search for
the zodiac tropical or the Placidus.
That's a good question. And this was what I was concerned about, because I don't really know at this point. So you could either look for the planet Jupiter and see where it is. So for me, it's in Pisces at 20 degrees 52. Is it Jupiter? Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Or you could look for Aries, because it's Jupiter in Aries. So yeah, both essentially. Let's explore both.
Okay. So you were asking about what position?
Yes, Jupiter is in Aries in the early degrees of Aries. So we could look at that. Or if you don't have anything in the early degrees of Aries, and the degrees are here.
No, my Jupiter is in Sagittaire. Oui, in French. Sagittaire.
So you've got Jupiter in Sagittarius. Excellent. I did make.
Okay.
I'll just try to find it, because I made something earlier about what all the planets mean, because that will help to illuminate it for us, what Jupiter in Sagittarius might mean for you. So let me try and find that. I've just been like absolutely obsessed with Canva at the moment. So I've been making all these different things. So here we go. You said, oh no, these are the planets and what they mean. Okay. Did I do anything? No, I haven't done it yet. Okay. So what I was planning to do is to make something like this.
Oh, okay.
Signs mean, but I haven't got around to the meaning yet. So we could just have a quick Google. What does Sagittarius mean? So professional, as you can see.
No, it doesn't matter.
Meaning, yeah, and it will improve. You know, we're all learning. I think once I make these little tables and I'm just consulting them all the time, it will go into my head what each one means. But it's hard to know, like, because I know a little about Sagittarius because my father is Sagittarius and I have Sagittarius rising, but I don't know if that same meaning can be applied to Sagittarius, you know, like globally, or if that's only if it's your sun sign. You see what I mean? So it's just you could spend an entire lifetime studying astrology and still know very little. So,
Yes.
all right, so it says here, ooh, who's that?
Angelou?
I was gonna say, is that Maya Angelou, or is it who's the singer? It looks similar to her. Yeah, I think it's Maya Angelou, isn't it? So there we go. You're sharing your traits with Maya Angelou. Nice. That's very nice. It's a fire sign. No sign like it. Okay, so it's a dynamic blend of passion, curiosity, intensity, and adaptability. So you've got all this Jupiter, good luck energy going into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius isn't afraid to use its bow and arrow to explore expansive terrain, seeking answers in places and spaces others wouldn't dare venture. Okay, I know that they like music too. Like my dad plays the guitar very well, and he's been, playing for 30 years, maybe more. And they get bored easily. Do you find that in yourself? They have like a not a short attention span, but like, yeah, they just want to get into the next thing, and very dynamic.
A little bit, but for some days I get this feeling that I'm bored easily. Few days ago, I just realized that for quite some time. So maybe a week.
You just like restless.
Yeah. I get bored easily.
Could be the old Sagittarian energy. I know that they also they're very like deep learning. Sagittarius is about deep learning. So like I am a Gemini sun, but I'm a Sagittarius rising. So I think the rising sign is to do with how the world sees you, and the sun sign is more to do with how you really are. So I think I can come across as like knowing stuff deeply, but actually I've got the Gemini energy of like, I'll just get into something for a day or a week or a month and then like leave it alone. So I'm blessed to have the Sagittarius rising, because people don't notice that I'm like winging it, although tonight they have discovered.
It's like that if I don't learn something deeply, I'm not interested.
Okay, so that's how you know that you're really into it, is if you're like, I want to know everything and really integrate it into my...
Yeah, if I'm just watching TV, okay, I'm on Netflix. So if it's just a movie to change my mind, I get bored. But if I'm looking at the documentary or something like that, I'm gonna listen to it.
Right. You're gonna really like be present. Yeah, I find I'd really love to have some of that Sagittarian energy for the deep learning, because it's quite frustrating as a Gemini to be like so just like superficial and flying past everything and just sticking the toe in. You're like, come on, like let me stay. I want to grab a hold of that and actually stay with it, but we don't get a chance. How are Taurus, Amu? What are they like with learning?
With the learning process in general.
Is an art.
Huh?
Did you say the learning process is an art?
No, I asked if you're talking about the learning process in general.
Oh yeah, just in general. Like, how do you approach it? Are you very diligent and stick with it, or do you kind of fly by the seat of your pants like me?
I would say like I would be really, really invest for a short period of time, and then I get bored. Like
yeah, I like how I've seen you learning actually, and I like how you're very. It seems like you take pride in its aesthetic. Like I've seen your astrology and your tarot books, and you take time to make it look pretty. So
I don't even do it on purpose. It's just I'm just really, when people say, "Oh my God, it looks so nice," I'm like, really? This was like notes. When you write notes, it's like first draft. It's like
yeah, you're lucky. Mine
and everyone is like, "Oh my God, that looks so nice." Okay.
Because what do you have in your rising?
Capricorn.
Okay, so maybe, yeah, that's the Capricorn's very diligent and like they will
protocolar and
yeah, they will just get it done. All right, so Kathleen, you said you have Sagittarius in God, which no, you have. I'm so confused again. I can never get my head around whether you have signs in houses or houses in planets or planets in signs. Oh, it's planets in signs, isn't it? So you have
Jupiter in a Sagittarius. Yeah.
Excellent. So is there anything going on for you with regards to Aries? Anything happening in Aries?
Aries.
If I go back to my
Aries, is it the fish?
Yes.
No.
Okay. No.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Looking like the fish.
So Aries.
Oh, it's more like a little horned devil, is it not? No, it's like a ram. Let me show you.
My moon is in the Aries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's quickly see what that means. My moon is in Gemini. What's your moon, Amu?
Capricorn.
Oh, you have Capricorn moon. Oh, so you have Capricorn moon and rising?
No,
no?
I thought you were talking about moon. My rising is Leo, is what's it called? Leo.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so it says Aries is a fire sign, and people with the moon in Aries are usually independent and happy to be on their own.
Yes.
So
That's
true.
all about right.
Well,
It is so true.
Thank you for being with us tonight, because I know this is probably hard for you. They like challenges and new things, but they dislike overt expressions of emotions and prefer when everyone is direct and self-sufficient.
Yes.
True that.
Okay. So you're used to having the moon in Aries, and that's what that means about you. So with Jupiter in Aries, I wonder how that's gonna float your boat. Maybe the luck will mean that you might start to like overt expressions of emotions and be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm similar. Like I don't like it when people are like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. It really, like Amu knows actually. I'm a great person.
You are like that. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, it's true actually. I hate to have that same energy forced on me, but I expect it from others. It's hilarious. I love to be like, I want to tell you yes for Friday, and you yes for Friday, and you yes for Friday, and on Friday I'm going to decide which of these three I'm really going to sing. And it's like, no, you can't do that to people. You hate it when people do that to you.
Oh.
Yeah, me and you, Kathleen, would probably struggle. I like to think I'm direct, but I'm not sure I really am. All right, let's go back.
What do you call the rise?
So on your chart, it might be titled ASC or ascending.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ascending.
Okay.
So do you see what you have there in your ascending?
I know it. My ascendant is Cancer. Cancer.
Cancer. Cancer.
C'est Cancer?
Yes.
Okay. Cancer.
Oh, that's cool. So that means that this moon, which is in Cancer, and the moon is ruled by Cancer, it might impact you, or at least how the world sees you, a little more strongly, because your ascendant is in Cancer also. So that means when you were born, ascendant is what planet was like coming over the eastern horizon at that very moment you were born. So that's cool. Cancer. And I think, let me find out what sign Cancer is, if it's fire or, oh, it's water. Yeah, I know that. It's water. It's a watery sign, feeling centered.
Emotional.
Yeah. So you've got Aries. No, sorry. What did you have, Aries? Oh, your moon's in Aries.
Yeah,
and
my
your
moon.
sun sign? What's your sun sign?
Taurus.
Oh, you're another Taurus. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm like surrounded by Taurian energy. Love it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Should we take a look? I can't think of anything else to ask you about because we covered what you have Jupiter. Oh, what about some houses? Do you have Aries in any houses there? Because then I can tell you what house it
I
relates.
don't have any Aries.
No?
Nothing at all.
Are we not supposed to have all the signs in our
Chart.
chart?
I don't think you have to necessarily have everything, no. So I don't have anything. We were talking about this the other day, actually. I don't have anything
Yeah,
in Leo.
because I have doubles and triples. I have
Yeah, so
two
you might have,
Scorpio, I have three Taurus, I have two Capricorn, I have yeah. So I have doubles and triples. So I
yeah,
have
so
no Aries. I think there's 3 or 4 signs I don't have.
I don't have anything in Leo. I remember because my brother's a Leo, and I was like, oh, well, maybe that's that's all I got. Just got a brother there. So do you have anything? Do you have Aries in a house, Kathleen?
I think so, because okay, when I'm looking the chart Placidus,
Yeah.
I have my ascendant, and then there are the thing you're pointing now, they are the house, no?
Yeah, so down here, this column is
Yeah.
houses 1 to 12. So you see that I've got Scorpio is in both house 11 and 12.
Oh,
And I have
okay.
Taurus in both house 5 and 6, is it? Yeah.
Okay, mine are all different. That's why I
Exciting. Okay.
Well,
they are all different. That's why I didn't understand why Amu said
no Aries.
okay.
I actually don't know. I don't have this.
Okay, I have all the signs.
And find that. If you
So
look
my
at
Aries is in the 9th.
Aries in the 9th house. Okay, cool. So let's look at what the 9th house is, meaning. So it's to do with study, travel, internet, higher learning, religion, and big dreams. Okay.
Wow.
So that's your Aries is there. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I definitely need to work on that grid about what each sign means. Because once we know what signs means and we know what planets means and we know what houses means, anything that's going on, we can say, oh, okay, so the house is this and the sign is this means this. Yeah. Okay, Amo, so you don't have this info anywhere, but maybe we could decipher it from your wheel. So all of this information in the tables,
it's on my wheel.
Yeah, if you know what you're looking at and you can decipher it, it's on the wheel. So if you have your wheel, we could try to learn together.
I have my wheel right now in my.
Okay, but you can't share screen, can you, at this point?
I don't think so.
So I think what you do is, if you wanted to know what you have in Aries, I believe on the outside going around like so is, so the houses start here on this like 9 a.m., 9 o'clock point.
Okay.
And they go anti-clockwise, which blew my mind. For the longest time, I assumed they'd go like so, but they don't. They go number 1 house, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, like that. So then I think what you'd want to do, Emma, is look for the Aries symbol, which is like the sort of, is here.
On the outside. Yeah.
No, so I think if you want to know which house, you look on the inside where you see Aries. But if you want to know,
No,
and so
Aries inside.
you don't have Aries inside?
No.
No, okay. Because I think on the outside is just the 12 signs in order. Because if you look at mine,
Right.
you have Aries starting here,
Yeah,
Taurus,
yeah.
Gemini,
This,
and then
this is
Cancer.
how you know which sign is in which planet,
Ah, okay. So this is
in
signs,
which house.
signs and
Sorry.
houses. Are you sure? Because it goes in order, but it just so everybody starts somewhere else, is it? So does your Aries?
You start your house one is your rising. If I don't say anything wrong. Wait. Your
Oh, yeah,
house.
that makes sense because Sagittarius is here for me. Yeah, in the first house. Oh, yeah. See, that's the bit that was throwing me because I'm like, yeah, but they all go in the same order. So surely everyone has them in the same house, but it starts at a different point.
No, it's not right, exactly.
Oh, how fascinating. So can you see on your wheel, Kathleen, where this information, how it's presented visually, pictorially?
I lost my wheel.
Okay.
Oh no, okay, I find it.
So if you look at this 9 o'clock point, you should see what did you say you had in your rising sign? Taurus? No,
Cancer.
Cancer. Yeah, so this, you see where on mine I have the symbol for Sagittarius here. You should have the symbol for Cancer, which is like a little crab or a little 69. Okay, so
Why
Amu,
is mine?
any in Aries?
My wheel doesn't like yours. Doesn't look like yours.
Mine.
Oh,
Yeah, same here.
all right. Yeah, I think they're all slightly different. So you'd have to just get to grips with yours and maybe look at which, you'd maybe try a few and see if you prefer the visuals of some, because yeah, I don't actually like this one very much. It's a little bit too.
No.
No, yours is very clear.
Okay.
You can
Oh,
see
really?
shift wheel.
Okay,
Numbers.
look, I took mine. I know we all have the app. I took mine on Passenger.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is from a different website. Time Passengers is nice looking or no?
Yes. And
Okay.
we all have the app so we can all see the same thing.
Yeah.
So mine starts with yeah, what? The rising.
Time passage.
So where does yours start, Amu? Where does Aries fall for you? Is it like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock?
1.
1 o'clock. So your Aries starts over here in house at the start of house
Yeah.
8. Okay, so
Yeah.
cool. Right. Oh my God, I'm learning. So then that means that you Aries here, and then going that way, it would become Taurus. Or
Yes.
does it? Yeah, Taurus and then Gemini. You know what's really baffled me and interesting about this? Like, if you look over here, it's not. It doesn't seem like the houses. No, the signs are the same size. So you see how small Aries is, but then Taurus is big, like so, and then Gemini is little again, and then this one's even Cancer's even smaller. So I think different astrologers, some astrologers divide them up equally. I think a different field of astrology doesn't. It divides them based on God knows what.
Oh, the colors.
Yeah.
Because there's colors.
Yeah, and I don't know if the colors are to do with fire. Must be to do with fire, earth, air, and water.
Yes.
So is Taurus is earth, and then Gemini is air.
Yeah.
Cancer is what? Must be water, yeah, water.
Water.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Okay, it's
So we
7:46.
have
I'm really enjoying
and
myself. We should
yes.
actually do our ceremony if you want.
Yeah. Because I'm hungry.
Yes, me too. All right, cool. So if you've got your vessel of water and your forgive and release or menstrual blood, whichever you're using, your forgive and release list, we'll grab that. And what all we're going to do is just whisper all the things that we're releasing and forgiving and forgetting and moving from into the water.
Oh.
Just throw it on the ground or anywhere or down the sink, wherever you want. I'm going to take mine outside because mine's menstrual blood that I've had sitting around for like whenever I was on my
Great.
yeah.
I lost you for a few seconds. So what did you say about the water?
You just get your vessel of water and your forgive and release list. And what we're going to do is just whisper what we want to forgive and release and let go of into the water and then tip it away.
Any water?
Yeah, you can use any water.
Okay.
We're just using water because it's Cancer, so it's to do with water. We used fire last time, as you remember. I'm so glad to be getting rid of this. Every time my landlord comes, I'm like, oh God, don't look over there, don't look over there. Oh, and we've got this, when we tip it away, we can say this little mantra 3 times. It's on your screens now.
Okay, while we drop the water.
Yeah. So once you've finished whispering and you're tipping it away, you can
Okay.
Amu,
Yes.
I have many things.
Okay, so I'll just give you time to whisper into your water, and when everybody's finished, let me know and we'll do the mantra together. Yeah, I'm just going to find mine because I wrote it in my diary here. There we go. Okay, I'm ready. But if you're not, that's fine. Just take your time.
I'm shooting bare names right now.
What's that?
Bare names in the pot.
Oh crap. Okay, if you need to go, that's fine. In fact, you can just do your 3 mantras if you want. Do you want me to come to say it with you?
Yeah, well, I think my mom is not finished to whisper in the water.
Okay.
So camera and mic is off. So when she finishes, she might come back. Okay. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. So what we have to do now?
So we're just going to pour our water away and say this mantra 3 times. It should be on your screen.
Okay.
No problem. You ready?
Yes.
Yes.
1.
What are those words? Sorry.
3.
Yes.
I release, transmute,
Transmute and transform this, and
hereby
hereby step forward unhindered.
transform and transmute this, and hereby step forward unhindered. Release.
Release them and transform this, and hereby step forward 100.
Sorry, I used the stupidest English words for the two French speakers.
Yes, what is? I'm like,
Sorry, I did not
I'm
think
like-
internationally. I did not think international.
What do you do with the water?
You drop
So you can
it.
pour it anywhere you like, down the sink or water your plants or on the ground, wherever. Just tip it away.
Okay.
I gave it to the banana tree. Same place we put garbage.
Nice.
So it went to trash.
Should have fed the rats, watered the rats.
Fed the rats.
Did you find out who went in your room?
Oh God, I was gonna shoot names. No, it's nothing moved, so it's okay.
Okay, good. I was slightly concerned about that. Although it's probably only a relic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you feel?
Hey.
I feel cleansed. I feel lighter. I feel free already. Oh, fantastic. Well done. Thanks.
Yes.
If you don't have any more to add, we can end it there, and I hope to see you the next one on Saturday the 21st of January. Because it's a Saturday and because I'm moving back to the UK, it will be a little earlier. So if you can make it, that'll be great. It will be at 2 p.m. EST.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. for us.
Yeah, 2 p.m.
Saturday.
Us. Okay.
on a Saturday. But
Saturday,
yeah,
21st.
I'll send the link sooner. All right, fantastic. And oh, Kathleen, let me know your email address so that way I can send you all the stuff on there.
Okay. Sorry. K-A-T
J-A-T
K-A-T-C-H-E. No. Yes. E-R.
Oh, sorry, one sec. K-A-T.
Catcher. Catcher. K-A-T-C-H-E-R.
Yep.
111.
Gmail.
Le arrobas là.
At
gmail.com.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, so it'll be easier if I just send it all to you via email to make sure you see it. All right, great. Good luck, and let me know how you're getting on in the coming weeks up till the super new moon.
Yes.
Oh, my
Thank
love.
you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was nice.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.